Good day to you. A very short talk on how do nations weaken, part 1. I have done a more detailed one as clip number 99, but this is a very short one. So how do weaken nation? Part 1, broken relationships. Pair 1, parents pursue their career unminding the kids. So initially parents dissociated from the kids, very sad thing. Dad abdicated first, then the mom began to abdicate. As a result, children were left to themselves. The second round came, kids got digitized and they isolated themselves, which you know. I have done a lot of research on this. If you want any of my research on the subject of the effect of the digital screen on the curriculum, career and choices, please send a WhatsApp to WhatsApp number plus 94 77 49 59 214. So the third one is spouses began to pursue different agenda in their career and in their likes, dislikes, affiliations, affections. So the family got weakened and split already from inside as the spouses began to live for themselves, each one living for himself. So it almost became an arrangement of convenience. Fourthly, the family got diminished while family was still there because of personal goals. So dad may not come home after work, he has to go to gymnasium, he has to go to JCs, he has to go to different Rotarians, different things. Even after work, he did not make coming home priority. Children hardly saw mom and dad. And family, things like family prayer and God things, reading God stuff completely left even the Western world. Now, I'm of the mind God designed the family for best value. That's where the citizens are trained, the future citizens. So dad, mom, I always say your best career is at home because you are training future citizens. Nobody can train your kids like that. So when you weaken family, citizenry will become untrained or less trained. Then we have the fifth point, assault on lifelong fidelity in marriage. So divorce and remarriage, premarital sex, extramarital sex, all became feasible. Then family was invaded with diverse sexual invasions. Sixthly came transgenderism and LGBTQI, which was like the final assault on the institution of family. So when you break the family, all kinds of invaders can easily come. That's the problem with a broken family. Invaders come into society because family, the forward defense line of good life, sensible life, was broken into. Seventh point I'm making is siblings in self-isolation. So even in a given family, there was not much association, long-lasting relationships between siblings because the digital screen and other peer pressure and the family dividing itself, so the self and the digital screens isolating, social media and all that. So siblings were no more like the siblings of a time past. Eighth one, kids leave home early. Especially in Western countries, kids leave home and they live by themselves, and there was a social dole to facilitate it. Even conservative parents began to think that's it, that's the fashion of the times. They gave in saying that's the way our kids want. So a time came, kids began to decide what they would want to do. Ninthly, many seek futures in other countries passing the age of 18. They look for greener pastures. They give up their home, away from home, and then there's a brain drain with it also. People who can find other places began to leave off, living for themselves, and their own future was first. That relationships took hardly any place. Then came the 10th one, no more friends. We had virtual friends and arrangements of conveniences. Friends became social media friends, gone to likes and dislikes, Instagram friends, Twitter friends, and so on. Real bosom friendship that had sacrificed, trust, giving is more blessed than taking, all that went out of court. Then relationships in the work field also dwindled. Long-term careers, seniors becoming benefactors, that also went off. We will do this more in the area of in the area of how business changed and the new world order came. We will do that in another section. So I touched on friendships, and I touched on the way the work relationships went. Before that, I should have touched on my 11th point. I should have touched on the way education has gone, distant education and less life in formal school. More people leave after 10 years in school life, they leave off to do vocational studies. That has been the fashion. But all it meant is, even in school life and education life, there were no deep, long-lasting relationships. Finally, point number 12, because of the struggle for economic existence in the family, each one began to pursue jobs and monetary goals, breaking up the relationships. So this is a very quick window of investigation into my topic today: how do nations weak because of broken relationships? Maybe we could add a further point that in pursuing professional people also, those days there was a family physician who was a great family friend. Now we quickly change whomever we are referring to, whomever we are hiring. We have the power to hire and fire. It's no more a relationship. Professionals have changed, and we, the clients, have also changed. We only look for the quick gain. So these are different ways in which relationships have been broken. Think about this, and we will meet again.